Hey guys, welcome back to the 4x2 Wagon family, and today I got a new fan by ComiLED. Now this is a 62-inch ceiling fan, and I'm really excited to see how this thing works in our living room. It's really hot outside, so this is really good timing for this big fan. I was really hoping to get the 72-inch, but I'm gonna see how the 62-inch feels and how much air it moves. So what I want to do is share it with you guys, show you how to install this. And by the way, I'll leave a link down below where you guys can go buy this fan if you like it, and if you use my promo code you guys get 10% off. So I'll leave all that information down in the description down below. All right, so just unboxing this thing. It's pretty standard. These fans are pretty much same. This is the third fan video I've done here in the last couple of years, and they've been really popular. So that's what I want to do, is share with you guys and show you how to install this ceiling fan in your house. Comes in two parts. We got the motor, and looks like we got some cover here, and our motor mount for the ceiling, our LED, remote control, and our module for the remote control, and then this is little extender and our mount, and has some hardware. Okay, so pretty basic. Let's get started. Okay, so one nice thing about this mounting bracket, it's got multiple places where you can tie into like a rafter or whatever. So it's got lots of different options and adjustments. So this thing is pretty straightforward. So I'm using what was up here already. These are like 2.5 inch, almost like a lag bolt. So these are pretty heavy duty. It's probably not necessary, but you know, like I always say, bigger the better when it comes to these bolts. On this round part right here, there's a little key on the back side here. Then on that little collar that we're going to slide in here, it's got a little slot for this key right here. So this thing should only fit one way. So just be mindful of that. Alright guys, so the next step here is we got to take this thing apart, because we got to slide this wire harness through this sleeve. So there are two screws, and these screws are basically, well, one of the screws just kind of holds tension. This other one goes all the way through that sleeve. So this is the one that you got to take all the way out, and just try not to lose it. Remember where it goes. Okay, and then this pin, don't lose that. Okay, so now, if I'm not mistaken, let's see here, we got to put this in the right order. This goes on first. I'm going to take a screwdriver and loosen up these two bottom screws on the top of the motor. Okay, you don't need to take it out, just loosen it up. Now this bolt right here that was already on this housing I took off earlier, you're going to slide this bolt. You can line up this hole on this tube and then this hole right here, and you're going to fish this guy through. And you're going to fish it through in such a way that you got to go around. You got to go around this cable right here. Does that make sense? So this is going to be a little interesting. Okay. And this is probably the most difficult part. Oop, there it is. Nice. So there you go. Okay, so here you have your washer, your lock washer, and your lock nut. And then you have your safety pin right here, just in case if that nut ever tries to come off. That will keep it from coming out. So then you want to take your pliers or wrench, whatever you have, and try and tighten this thing. I'll come back later and tighten that up a little bit. At the moment, right now, these screws right here, you just run it in, just kind of snug, but not too tight, because you want this to kind of move around. Because once we get it up there, we're gonna make sure that fan is stable before we tighten down these two screws right here. Same thing at the top. Okay, so now we're ready for this guy right here. Okay. And then we're gonna grab our little collar right here, this little half a ball joint, whatever you want to call it. And then we're gonna slide this little pin through here, and then it's gonna sit in here just like that. Come back with the screwdriver and snug that up a little bit. Remember the screw we took out earlier? You want to come back in here and screw this all the way in. And remember, this goes all the way through that tube. Okay, there we go, and then snug this guy down. Okay, so that's really all there's to it, kind of like that. This is where, I mean, there's no really wrong time to do this, but I'm gonna go ahead and put my fan blade on right now. So there are 3 screws per fan blade. And you just want to make sure you got the right orientation in here. Since we want the gray side down, we're going to go ahead and make sure that the wood side is facing up. Alright guys, so I wanted to show you, I couldn't hold the camera and get this thing up here at the same time, but basically let me lift this thing up here and try it with one hand. So yeah, basically like I was saying earlier, that this little round shoulder thing, collar thing, sits in that sleeve, right? That's what I was trying to say. And that's why you got to get all of these things on here before, all in one piece, okay, on the bench, and then you just kind of bring it up here to the ceiling. And now it's just a matter of doing all your wiring, and the wiring is going to be pretty straightforward. So that's what we're going to get into right now, is how to wire up your fan. Next thing you want to do is you want to grab this little black module right here, and this is what's going to slide. This is where I think a lot of people get confused about where this thing goes. This is going to slide in between this black mounting plate. There's a little hole right there, like a rectangle hole, and you can basically slide it in just like this. Okay, so before you do that, you gotta get all of your wiring kind of out of the way and figure out how you're gonna do this. So on the back of the fan motor, you have some connectors, and these connectors will plug in right here. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward, plug and play. And then these white and black wires will plug into your house wire right there. Now, as I mentioned before, we have a red wire right there. This red will tie into the black wire. So let me do this real quick off camera and come back. So you can see I got the red coming out of my house, because this is a 3-way switch. Again, one of the switches for the fan, other one's for the light. So that's why it looks like this. And if you have this, you want to tie it all to your black line, then your white and white only, then all your ground wire goes together. And then this is your antenna for your remote control. All right, so while I'm up here, let me just kind of show you guys how this is all gonna fit under here. So basically you got a little bit of room to tuck all your wires underneath this shield. Can you guys see the screw right here? So you got basically 4 screws on the bottom of this mounting bracket. What you want to do is you want to you want to back this bolt out, but don't take it off. Back it off as far as you can on each side from one here and one on the back side. You're going to need to guide those two screws on the bottom of this flashing right here so you can suck this guy up here to hide all the wires. So it's really hard to do here holding this camera and doing this. So let me go ahead and do this and I'll come right back. Okay, we got this two screws tightened up here. We're going to slide this guy up here and look how nice that looks. Okay, so now remember these two bolts I was telling you guys about earlier, how you don't want to tighten it all the way down. So make sure they're not tightened down, loosen it up if it is tight, and just kind of shake it a little bit. And reason for this is that you just let the gravity and the weight kind of center the fan itself, and then once it's centered, you can come back in here and tighten that up. But you just don't want to do it while this is on the bench. You want to use a little bit of gravity to help you to get this fan lined up here. So now we're pretty much ready to go. It's all wired up here. Oh. And all we got to do now is install the LED. Installing the light here, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. This clips in right into your LED. Hardest thing about this fan was actually trying to get this light in. There are these three little tiny screws and it's really hard to see where those holes are. You almost need three hands. But anyways, I finally got it in. And so if you got a buddy or whoever, family member that can hold a flashlight, that would probably be super helpful. All right, let's go down and see if we can turn this fan on. So for the moment of truth here, let's see if the light works on the remote. Boom. And there's 3 different light settings. And let's see if the fan works. So let's push number 1. Ta-da! And number 6, let's put on high so to go. I want to see how loud this thing is. So number 6. On the remote you can control the fan direction. Ah, look at that, it's got sleep timer, 1 hour or 3 hour. What's this for here? Oh, you can dim the light with the remote. That's kind of nice. So this is on full blast. And listen to this. It is so quiet. Super quiet. Let's change the light color. Here we go. There you go, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave all your thoughts and comments down below. We'll see you guys in the next fan video.